Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakal Kadash, giving double honor to the apostle of the great millstone, peace and blessings to brothers pushing this truth and sincerity, and Kwam Yasharala. This is brother Napash Kodash coming to again another lesson. All right, this time I'm back on that Matthew the 24th chapter because these are sign of the times. These are the things that we're looking for. You know, this is always one of my go-to chapters because to know that we in the latter days, right? We can look that up. I'm gonna do that on a different one, but to know that we in the latter days, it's certain signs that we looking for, right? But just to jump it off, this is what we're looking for. This is Matthew 24, verse 1. And Yahushua went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to shew him the buildings of the temple. And Yahushua said unto them, See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. He's talking about 70 AD here. See, Yahushua was so cold. He talking about 70 AD. Particular verses are talking about 70 AD. Particular verses are talking about the time period we in now. And you got verses that's talking about both in this one chapter alone. So this one is 70 AD. The temple, the second temple, which literally got thrown down. All right. And then we got verse 2. It say, verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? So they asking him, like, Lord, when you make your return, how we gonna know? Like, what's gonna be a sign? All right. And he also saying, well, when this gonna happen to the temple? Like, when that's gonna go down? All right. And they want to know when the end of the world was, which is all a part of the same thing. It say in verse 4, And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. All right, so don't let nobody deceive you. About what? Verse 5 say, For many shall come in my name, saying, I am a Mashiach, and shall deceive many. Now, that's the sign. How many exaggerations of people do we have like that today? Fucking Buddha, Muhammad, the so-called prophet. You got Jeebus. You know, you got like a lot of major holds on this world that say they the way of life, or they enlightened. But really it was Yahushua. He's the way to the Lord. And that's the cold part. Yahushua is the way to the Lord. But he said in the time period when he make his second coming, a sign was gonna be that many people was gonna come back and say they the way, that they Yahushua. All right. Verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, and see that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So we're going to hear of wars and see a rumor of wars. And I remember the apostles were saying that the beginning of that one was World War I. You know, because you had the rumors of wars where they were saying they was going to invade. They did, and then they did. Then you had the actual wars, World War I and World War II. And that prophecy right there is still going on. It's not completely over because we still doing that, right? You got the Ukraine and the Russians. You got so-called the Israelis and the Palestinians. Got the Dragons of Arabia heating up. All right. You got basically NATO going up against the BRICS nations, which everybody gonna turn on the Great Horde, which is known as Babylon the Great. Right. So we got all these things. That's how we know we in the last days. Shit, you could go on Instagram right now and people in the comments will tell you, yeah, this is it. These are the last days. They can tell about how crazy the world is. But hey, he said this is not the end. Yet just because we see these false prophets and these wars, that don't mean it's over. Verse 7, it say, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. So nation gonna rise against nation. That's a World War III right there. And even before World War III, like right now, you got nations saying, you know what? No more talking. We getting right to it. That's exactly what they saying. Like, they no more talking. Wartime. Who on my side? They say, and there shall be famines. Look around you. It's a shortage of. You got the famine of the word and the famine of the bread. The famine of the word ain't hit home yet, but hey, it's getting harder and harder. I will say that. All right. But the famine of bread, that's come on, you got certain countries that's literally, or I'm gonna just say famine. You got the famine of bread, of course, but you got shortages on everything. Look at what happened in 2020 with America. You would go to the grocery store and you had a certain time to be in there. All right, so if you didn't get what you needed to get it, you just ain't get it. And you had shortages because why? It was a blockade on a lot of stuff. You couldn't just get anything you wanted. It say, and pestilences, once again, I could go right back to 2020. You had a pandemic, meaning the whole world, you had the world shut down. They called it the year the world stood still. Why? Because wasn't nobody outside. Back when the animals was running rampant. It say, and earthquakes in diverse places. If we look up how many let's look it up. So 50 earthquakes every day. I think I looked it up every year. That's like 50,000 or something. Not 50,000, but it's definitely in the thousands. So it's a lot of earthquakes going on. They all over. It didn't just say how many. It said in diverse places. They all over. We just had the one in New York a couple years back. We had one in Cleveland. Places that earthquakes don't usually hit. It says, all these are the beginning of sorrows. So the beginning of sad. That's what sorrow, it goes into sadness, depression. You know why it's going to be depression? Because it's going to be the end of y'all world. It's going to be the end of y'all reign. All right, I'm gonna probably do a part 2. I want to start off by I want to end this with giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakadosh, giving double honor to the Apostle Edos Great Millstone, peace and blessings to brothers pushing his truth and sincerity, and Kwam Yasharallah.